Why not?
You know how it is. You do 173 days of office hours and you think, is this it? Is this how the format's gonna be every single time? And then it occurs to you, it doesn't have to be. No, in fact, you can mix things up. You could do a pre-recorded intro and then toss directly to future you live in studio.
Wait a minute. If that's true, then that means now, right now, it would have to be go time for episode 173 of Office Hours! Hello, you beautiful people! We continue our march down memory lane, always mixing it up, always one step ahead, as we continue into Scam School School episode 71. Scam School, of course, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. Scam School School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. Today, we're learning one of the best episodes of Scam School, full stop, across the board. And I say that without reservation. This is an extraordinary effect developed by Robert Neale, and one of the very first awesome tricks that I straight up reached out to the creator and said, this is great, can I feature it on Scam School? And to my absolute delight, he said 100% yes. And now we get to learn how to always win an amazing psychic version of rock, paper, scissors. Here we go, people.
What if you could predict the outcome of any game of rock, paper, scissors? Well, you will on this episode of Scam School. This episode of Scam School brought to you by my hookup for domain smacks, those basti crafters over at GoDaddy. Welcome to the show that's like skinny dipping in honey and pancakes. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and this week I give up another one of my all-time favorite effects. It's great because you can do it anytime, anywhere, and you just need odds and ends that are already sitting at the dinner table. Today, we learn how to play rock, paper, scissors. Hey, I'm Brian. What's your name?
Lauren.
Lauren, and you are?
Justin.
Justin. Awesome. I am so stoked to show you this because this is a trick I've been doing for the last decade, and I've never been able to teach it to anyone until this morning. I got an email from the genius who created it saying I could give it away on Scam School. So I'm totally stoked about it, all right? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game of gladiatorial combat, and we're going to predict the winners. Let's see if I can get our players here. Here we go. And I love it because at every restaurant, they always have the sweeteners. So what I do is I do it with 3 characters named Red, Whitey, and Bluto. And we're gonna arm each of our 3 gladiators with a different weapon. We'll give Red paper. And White, we'll give him rock, like rock salt, right? Mm-hmm. And then finally, the last guy, now normally I would just use like a knife or something because you don't usually have scissors, but to keep everything as simple as possible, I actually went and bought a simple pair of scissors. So, gladiatorial combat. Let's see, two sweeteners enter, 1 sweetener leaves. So the winner here would be?
Paper.
Well, yeah, Red, because he's got the paper.
Right.
Because remember,
Okay,
these are the
of course.
players, right? These are just their weapons, right? And so likewise, if we had a challenge between these two, between Blue and Red, who would win?
This is blue.
That's right. So Blue would win unless, well, now if we switch their weapons, then
And this
Red would
Red would win. Right. Okay, so that's the way we're going to play, and we switch them all around again, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn around. I'm not going to look. Scout's honor, right? I'm going to have you change 2 of the weapons, whichever 2 you want, okay? So right now we're going to start off. We'll start off with Blue having the rock salt. We'll have the White with the paper, and we'll have Red with the scissors, right? So
Right.
I'm going to turn around. Switch any 2 weapons. Just swap them, whichever ones you want. You got it?
Done.
Do you want to make another change or stick with what you got?
I think we're okay.
All right, now I want you to pick any 2 gladiators and tell them to me, and I'll bet I could tell you which one will win.
Red and white.
Between Red and White, White would win. Am I right?
Oh, you got it.
Am I right?
That was
you do
amazing.
that?
Okay, no, that's pretty good. No, okay,
That
now
was really
we're going to
amazing.
take it a step farther. We're going to take it a step farther. Now I want you to make any change with the weapons you want. Let me know once you've done that.
Done.
And now, even better, you can switch any two players that you want. Don't tell me which ones.
Done.
Now, do you want to stay right there or you want to make another change?
I think we're good.
You're going to stay right there?
Yeah, we're staying.
All right, name any two competitors. I'm sure I can tell you who would win.
Blue and red.
Between blue and red, red would win. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, good. Now, here's the best part. Now, don't even tell me. Either switch two players or switch two weapons. Do you want to make another change or are you good right there?
Yeah, one more.
Okay, go ahead and make another change.
And we can change players or weapons?
Yeah, change players or weapons. Don't tell me which one though.
Okay.
You got it?
Done, yeah.
All right, now here's the best part. I can tell you in a grand battle royale, all three characters who's gonna win.
Okay.
Red will defeat blue, blue would defeat white, and white would defeat red. Am I right?
Sorry.
What do
That
you
was
think?
amazing.
Did you like that? Okay, so you guys want to learn this one? I'm going to explain it, but first we got to thank the people who make Scam School possible. What's a domain smack? Well, in short, domains are so ridiculously cheap through our sponsor at GoDaddy.com that you can register an insulting, demeaning domain and put it to your friend's website just for the hell of it.
All right. They're not paying me, but they do say that, well, actually, I do like to check in and see if there were any good domain smacks. Nope, it looks like this. Just a replay of an old advertisement, so we're not going to play it again. Although I will share with you that in my rush to get over here, I spilled water all over my shirt. Look at that. There you go. You got to see some water on my shirt instead of an ad. You're welcome. This segment brought to you by Water on a Shirt. Make sure to use promo code Scam School School Office Hours 17 to get absolutely nothing. Here we go.
To get the best price and free forwarding to whatever site you want, make sure to use that code SCAM3. That does two things. It gets you the good price, and more importantly, it keeps me in business. This is one of my favorite tricks from this genius named Robert Neale. He wrote a book called Tricks of the Imagination. I highly recommend it. But in this one, we're playing rock, paper, scissors with the three different colors. Now in this case, we picked red, white, and blue because those are easy to remember. And I grabbed stuff to represent rock, paper, and scissors. We got rock, salt, paper, and scissors. All you have to do is start off an arrangement where red is beating white is beating blue. Now that's not what we have right now because red doesn't beat white right now. See that? So now we have red, scissors beats paper, paper beats rock. You follow? So in your mind, I want you to think of it this way. I want you to remember red, white, and blue, and picture it in a circle. I intentionally lay them out in a row to kind of keep your mind from seeing that this is all a circle. I picture one of those recycling circles right now. So we got red beats whites beats blue, and it's going clockwise, right?
And they're always associated with the different characters.
Well, that's the way.
The weapons.
Correct. That's the way it is right now. This is the image I want you to have. I want you to picture red beating white beating blue in a clockwise circle, okay? Now, here's the thing. Every time you make a change, it doesn't matter if the change is switching the characters or the change is switching the objects they're holding. All it does is change whether it's a clockwise circle of victory or a counterclockwise circle of victory. So in your mind, you're picturing red beats white beats blue, right? So we're clockwise right now. Now I'm gonna make a change. So now it's white beats red beats blue. So again, all we're doing is now it's a counterclockwise. You with me? So and if I make another change, now we're back to clockwise. Red beats white beats blue, okay? Now in your mind, now stop looking at this, but in your mind, continue to picture, right now we're clockwise on victory, right? So if I make a change and switch these two characters, don't look at this, because this is just gonna confuse you. In your mind, now you're still picturing red at the top, white down here, blue down to the left, but now it's counterclockwise victory. So between, we'll say, red and white, who would win now, if it's counterclockwise?
Well, blue, white, red.
So
between red and white, white would beat red.
That's absolutely right, because we're going counterclockwise. And if it was clockwise, then
White would beat red.
No.
Red would beat white.
Red would beat white, or white would beat blue. You almost said white would beat blue, which is also correct.
So
Okay.
red beats white beats blue.
That's how I started as the
Okay.
default picture. I picture the triangle right here, red at the top, white in the lower right, blue in the lower left.
Okay.
And I picture clockwise is how I started. And if, whatever the change is, you don't even need to know if you're moving people or if you're moving weapons. That's all it takes. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I'm going to play with you guys
Okay.
now, and you guys can discuss, but you face the other way, and I'm going to start it off setting it up where red beats
hope you can
white
carry this one.
beats blue. Okay?
I'm turning.
Yeah.
Alright.
So here, in fact, why don't you perform it for me? You got to do the whole pattern right from the beginning. Go ahead, Justin.
Okay. Let's switch the weapons.
Okay. So make any one change
Make
to the weapons?
any one change to the weapon.
All right, I've made one change to the weapons. Can I make another change to the weapons? Okay.
Make another change to the weapon.
I made another change to the weapons. Are you ready for your question?
Yeah.
Who's gonna win between red and white?
Red.
Absolutely correct. That's one. That's one. Okay. All right, now, no, keep looking away. Keep looking away.
sorry.
All right, now I'm going to go a step farther. I'm going to switch people. I'm going to switch. Okay, I just switched two of the people.
Oh, I get it.
And now I'm going to mess you up even more. I switched two more of the people. And now I'm going to mess you up a third time by switching two people again. Now, who's going to win between blue and white?
Blue.
You're absolutely correct. That's 2 for 2. All right, now the grand championship. I'm going to switch two of the players, and now I'm not even going to tell you whether I'm switching players or weapons. And then I'm going to make another change. Not going to tell you whether it's players or weapons. And then I'm going to make a fourth change. So they're way mixed up. Now for the grand prize, a free beer on Brian. Between all three of them, who would be who?
Red beats white beats blue.
I totally agree.
Absolutely correct! Yeah! See, it's actually less complicated if you stop looking at it, and all you're thinking of is you just got to keep track clockwise
So
or
easy.
counterclockwise. It's easy now. You guys did a great job. Good job, Justin. Thank you so much.
Thank
Good
you.
to meet you guys. Now, I know this looks complicated at first, but once you get it down, it'll be blindingly obvious to you. It just takes a little bit of practice. If you want to make sure the routine has maximum impact, make sure you have 3 phases. First, deal just with the weapons. Second, deal with changing the players. Third, have them mix it up and make sure to end with the big finale of saying who beats who beats who. By the way, if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. And don't forget, you can see all of the episodes of Scam School all the way back to episode 1 and join us at the forums at revision3.com/Scam School. If you're doing the Twitter thing, you can follow Scam School at Scam School, and you can follow Brian Brushwood at Schwood. And don't forget, next week, a very special groundbreaking episode. We're going to broadcast in mind-blowing 2D. By the way, send me $5 and I'll send you your 2D glasses so you can play along.
Dude, that one is an all-timer. That's for dang sure. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I was like, why did the music just end? I didn't like that at all. Yeah, so first of all, great trick, right? You can tell that the metaphors and the explanations were a little bit overwhelming at first. I think that I would have had a couple of notes just on putting things piecemeal forward with them. But the work that Jordan Dertinger did on this setup, where as Brian's explaining, first we see it on the table, and I am such a sucker for any of that motion tracking stuff. I wish that I had more time and energy to get good at that, but I love any of that kind of integrated motion tracking, and especially he did a great job of, as I look up and around, I draw the picture one way, and he even makes sure to flip it so that it translates between what to the viewer is counterclockwise versus non-counterclockwise. It's great. Oh my gosh. 3D televisions. Boy, here we are again with Brian infatuated with communication modalities. In this case, this was at the height of the 3D craze. Those TVs that would just go. That's hilarious. I had totally forgotten about 3D television. That's remarkable. I don't know why I would have forgotten that. Shouts out to all of you guys. Hello, Marion G. Hello, G James B. James Cobalt. Earth 56. Oh, yeah, it's Adam. Sculptoroid. Dylan Theus. James Cobalt. Job Sales X. Not Scary Steve. And you know what it's time for. I actually have very few notes on this one. Oh man, I'll never get it. Resin Sassenberry? Resin Sassenberry? I think that's what I'm supposed to say. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway. But the, okay, sorry. Here we are. There we go. This is the part I was talking about. That was a nice nudge where as Brian's doing counterclockwise, it gives the viewpoint to the viewer, which I think is good. I think I took just a little bit longer to explain than I would have liked, but this is a solid episode. Now, here's the question. We're near the end of the batch of the all at once downloaded onto the YouTube channel. So place your bets whether or not this one became a breakout on its own. It could be on the quality of the trick, could be on the rhythm of the pacing. This one reeks of quality. I loved the opening montage, gives you a really good sense of place. So even though, like, I thought this was great, it makes everything feel open and wide. And like there's a lot of momentum. I think it was actually on this shoot that we first had somebody coming out to talk to us about pitching TV shows. This is when Scam School had enough rhythm and momentum to it that that I think this led to the conversations where I did pitches for Discovery Mothership. It was crazy. All right, the guesses are coming in. Bantarat says 56,000. Not Scary Steve says 23,025. Earth 56 says 76,000. Cliff Horn says 250,000. Oh yeah, it's Adam says 72,000. Princess Judith says feels like a 32,000. Magic 51 says 125. Marion G says 60,000. James Cobalt says 500,000. Sculptoroid says 339,725. G James B. Wait a minute. Are you going twice? Oh no, G James B has 97. Joey H666, 50,000. Curtis Hoffman, 42,000. Wago333 says, I love it, but I never saw it, so lower. 32,347. Kuro Metoriku, ever the optimist, says $1. And the actual number of views for Always Win, a virtual version of Rock, Paper, Scissors, not the strongest title I've ever heard, is 17,000 views? What? 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 17,000 views? Criminal. This is criminal for how good this won. That's crazy. What a sleeper hit. Probably one of the best episodes we've ever done. Also, smooth. Maybe it's just the title. Maybe it's just the title was all. I guess by Price is Right rules, Kuro Metoriku did win. But we're going to go by closest rules. Did he win by closest rules? Not Scary Steve had 23,000. That's crazy. So, Not Scary Steve is 6,000 away from. In fact, that's a pretty bad title. It's a lie. You know what? Let's change it right now. We're going to edit this video. Awesome. Psychic. Rock, paper, scissors. Magic trick. Boom. And look at that. It just says, without looking, peeking, or even cheating, the scam artist can tell who will win a virtual game of rock, paper, scissors. That's right. Rock, paper, scissors. It's available now. Yeah, so I guess this one goes to... Oh, we don't have BioCow in the chat. We need BioCow to update the leaderboard. Well, speaking of which, we got folks on the whiteboard. Y'all can... Here, I'll give you the whiteboard URL. Boom, 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 boom. If you guys are just here, you guys can doodle on the whiteboard while I answer old comments. Or you can join me as I answer old comments, because everybody gets alerts when we send those out. And I think that's really interesting to have. Before robots, all of this is about to become gray goo, in my opinion. It's going to be so much white noise. Everything's going to be algorithmically shaped. By God, set fire to the whole effing thing. What does it matter? Let's see. Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, your rock, paper emojis. They turned into rectangles? All right. Well, here, I'm going to answer these old comments. This trick, Resi1 says, this trick is so simple, as is every genius idea. The simpler, more effective. Love it. It's so good. This is a criminally underwatched episode. Brian. Love your vids. Late to this, but thank you. Whoa, I thought it was going to be with the hands. It works entirely in your mind. Crazy, right? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Yeah. This trick is badass. You're right. It's a criminally underwatched episode. Hey, this guy was on Film Riot. Yes. Love Ryan and the gang. Sorry, so late. This guy does look and sound like Bart Baker. Maybe he is. I don't know who that is. I'll just say that. I don't know who that was. Cannot find a means of also divining the objects as well as the winner. Perhaps the objects and colors on cards. The back of one object cards could be secretly marked with a dot. That sounds not at all like the trick we're doing, but that sounds like a very interesting adjacent trick. Did you ever do anything with this? There we go. The Statue of Liberty alive. The guy with the lamb shirt. You have to explain. Also, it wasn't a lamb shirt. Lamb shirt? What shirt is that? It's cool. Fullbleed.org had them. Loved the artist. Who does your hair? A porcupine? Heyo. I don't know if you guys know Bart Baker, but this guy sounds just like him. It looks like him a bit. Wow, that's I don't know him. I wonder if that was the volunteer they're talking about, maybe. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, dude, Ryan does Film Riot, and as a matter of fact, we'll peek in. We'll say, you know what? That might be a really fun way to say, hey, that's another thread that we could do is just do content violations. Here he is. He's talking about this new software. It's a streaming thing. So rather than take your files with you or put stuff in the cloud, basically the files live all the way over on your remote location. So basically, you could be in Austin, Texas. Somebody could shoot principal photography out there, and basically this software grabs both sides of it and figures out the bandwidth for up and down, and then you're just editing it directly over point to point. And it's all totally seamless. It's apparently called Strata Connect. And no, he didn't get paid for this. He got paid for this other thing, the sponsor segment. And then he talks a bit about, I definitely just checked in on Ryan. I wanted to see what he's up to. I got to figure out an excuse to get up to Dallas. I just like being around him. He's good people. So many good people. That whole crop of Revision 3 folks, man. I'm so excited. Yeah, I don't know. It's more than just a VPN, Marion, because I believe it. He mentioned specifically that it does like codec shaping for the video. So it's basically kind of like, well, here it's a bit like. Here we go. It's a bit like this deepfake thing that I do, where like this video that you're seeing right here has gone, it's like streaming gaming where all the compute is happening somewhere else and then it comes back. But the lag is close enough that for editing, you're able to edit on it. Hey, there I am. I always feel like I have to use this for the 60 seconds that it's on. Although, look at this. You see it says AI generated on it now? That's, here we go. That right there. Oh, now it does. Oh, there it is. Now it's over there. Now it's there. Here, let me. Oh, wrong way. Nope. There we go. Back this out. Back all the way out. There we go. Hey, there I am. Woo! Yay! I'm making fists. What's up? Let's fight until the compute runs out. Oh, haven't you heard? All you got to do is tell people to cover their face. That's an effective strategy, except not at all. At any rate, I think it's that kind of thing. It's a Tor tunnel being used in a cryptographical context of restricted infonet between two WANs. I love everything about this reply. That was awesome. I assume that's 100% true. Ooh, that's great. Yeah, James Cobalt says that the replies have pulled people into the live streams. That's great. Hey, so let's talk about the new upcoming episode of Mono Rogue. We need to figure out what is a good place for some content to live. Because the conceit that we did is Ryer and I, we had extra dry ice after the catching muons in a tank. And so what we did was we did a whole Foley session where we took a whole bunch of items and we got awesome sound effects out of them, and they're great. Here, let's take a listen to some of them. Here we go. Wait, hold on. I don't want to dox anybody who does the thing, but yeah. Okay, here we go. So you can see here, that's me accidentally burning myself, or actually. He said, was it hot or cold? And I said, I literally don't know. I couldn't tell for a second. All I know is that it burned me. But we created all of these assets for, like, if you're making a video game or an independent movie or something. We just wanted to give away a bunch of Foley things. So listen to some of these. Check this out. Right? So that is a cocktail strainer on dry ice. Isn't that wild? And then this is one agonized. Right? And then here's a saw channel carving. There we go. That's a saw. So yeah, so this is the question. Where do we want to host these? Because the video is about to come out later this weekend. Oh, dude, Cliff Horn says, I'm listening to you with my headset, and that sounds amazing. I'm so glad to hear that, dude. It's so good. Isn't that dope? I'm so stoked. Yeah, it is. SoundCloud, Spotify, yeah. Or we could just upload it to archive.org. Or we could just link to the Google Drive. But regardless, man, I just want to hear more of these. I don't know where they all are. Here, let me actually, we're probably going to hear a lot of these. Let's do, I wonder if they're in Brant's directory. Let me find out. Hold on. Wait a tick. A rare quiet moment from Brian. Let's see. Hey, no, these are thumbnails. I don't want thumbnails. I want the sound. Aw, they're not there. Okay, well, we're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait to find it. Womp womp. In the meantime, oh, chat, what did I just miss with the sounds? Wago. So we did an episode where Ryer and I made a Foley library of strange sounds using dry ice, and they sounded great. In fact, I'm going to play one again. Here we go. Or this one's the best. It's a saw. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah. We can make really nifty carbonated ice cream with it too. Yeah, all of that tracks. That's all good. So it sounds like everything's kind of ambivalent on where to host it. Yeah, as far as I know, everyone's doing good. Everyone's found new projects to work on. I see a couple of Bryce's shorts pop in the feed here and again. And we're ramping up on secret projects. Some secret projects. Yeah. Let's see. Tokume LLC says, with your permission, I could drop these into Edgepunk issue V003 with its version 2 cassette tape USB drive. Hells yeah. That sounds dope. That'd be great. Yeah. If you can, make sure to, label it on there. Let people know where it came from. But even then, I ain't the cops. But yeah, that would be an honor to be included. Those are not pleasant. Sorry about that. There were some that really, I like that. Sounds a bit like the alien in Tom Cruise War of the World. Yeah. That one will never get old. That one's crazy. Oh, that would be awesome, Tokume. If you could send us complimentary copies, that would be great. All right, gang. Well, I got an 11 o'clock today, unless you guys have... well, here, let's throw the whiteboard on. I was thinking of having a regular community doc. You know what? There's no downside to me just sharing a Google Doc, is there? He says, ominously. Hold on, let's do this. Here, I'll just make a... We should make a new folder. I'm just going to call it Office. We'll do Brian Office Hours. Sure. We'll see if I regret this. I'll just make a folder called Brian's Office Hours. Do I just make it available to anyone? Yeah, if there's any reason I shouldn't, then let me know. From a security standpoint, no, but yes. So, okay, well then I'll make this anyone with the link. And we'll see if I regret it. Just know that anything you guys put in there, can you password protect a? Well, you know what would be interesting is instead of anyone with the link, is if you could set it. No, well, we'll restrict it if we feel like we need to. For now, I'll keep it open. There we go. Done. And sure. Boom. What could go wrong with that? Enjoy. Well, things we need. Things we need is if we wanted to make a agenda doc of ideas, especially links. The big thing we need are just links, because when we hit the goof around phase of office hours, when we have a little bit of free time, it's going to be really great if there's anything you guys want thoughts on. In fact, back in the NSFW show days, one of my favorite things was everybody would arrange a pre-show and after-show doc, and then we were able to dive in, whether it's just weird clips from the internet for commentary. And nowadays, YouTube is playing fair with that ecosystem. That would be the best. But anyway, a doc with a bunch of links for each day. And then that's also where we can put the winners on an ongoing basis. That'll be open until I'm given a reason to regret having opened it. But in the meantime, did you guys notice that? What did you guys think of this opening conceit that I did? Where I did, there we go.
How it is. You do 173 days of office hours and you think, is this it?
Did you notice that I
Is this how the format's
shaved?
going to be every single time? And then it occurs to you, it doesn't have to be. No. In fact, you can mix things up. You could do a pre-recorded intro and then toss directly to future you live in studio.
So I actually cut that all together. All right, that's enough out of you. I also got to learn, because of doing that, I got to learn that vMix has a particular function that auto stops it when you cut away from it. So I got to learn a little bit more about vMix. Oh, that's interesting. Did the link not show up for you guys? Magic51 says it didn't. It should be posted. Yeah, that is the... Speaking of which, man, the compound, there's been interesting developments. There are now 2 of our neighbors are selling they have their places on the market for commercial property. And I don't know how they're going to be developed, but this may be a less interesting, cool neighborhood in another year or two. On the other hand, if we have to move HQ to a more interesting place, so be it. But for now, I'm squinting and looking side-eye at everyone. I was like, am I going to have to... Is this a case of there goes newspaper or there goes the neighborhood? Ooh, one from old school. 2600 fan to another. Yeah, that's me. SKTFM from Rant Radio has a new show on YouTube. Sean Hunt's Mobsters. Interesting stuff. Put it in the doc. Put it in the doc. Officially, I bless you guys making a doc. You guys can figure out what you want me to look at. I tried to put something in the folder. It says I didn't have permission. Oh. Let me edit that. Let's see. Brian office hours. Folder information. Security limitations. No limitations applied. You know what? Maybe here I'll make docs in there. I'll make Brian office hours. We'll do or use the where's the new button? There we go. New Google Doc. Create and share. Office hours. Brian, look at this doc. And then another one could be new. There we go. Create and share. Office hours. Office hours. Rundown. Doc. New tab for each day. Boom. And then I'll make another doc. Okay. And then another new doc would be Google Sheets. Create and share. IO Cows leaderboard update doc. There we go. There's that too. Then what else? What other kind of doc? Are you guys able to get in those? There should be 3 docs in there right now. Here, in fact, here, they look like that. Oh, by the way, quick reminder. If you guys know where I can find a giant treasure trove, crypto messages, that's right. Should that be a sheet or a document doc? Create and share. Brian's hidden messages doc. There we go. View only permissions. Okay, so how do I have to edit each doc? Is that what it is? Oh, I'm beginning to sense the weak link here. Anyone with the link? Viewer, editor. There we go, done. Anyone with the link? Viewer, make an editor. Done. Anyone with the link? Editor. Done. Anyone with the link? Editor. Done. Cool. Yeah. So if you guys are interested, I'll show you what the rundown doc looks like when we do it for cord killers. It's Tom Merritt cracked the code and everybody copies it since then. It's just really hilarious to me that everyone says they stole it from cord killers and Tom's like, I stole it from someone else. There we go. Okay, get out of here. There we go. So you see down here at the bottom, there we go. So it's got basically we start title, supply run, search party, buried treasure, scanning the horizon, blah, 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 say goodbye to guests. And then right down here, you can see that there's just a different tab for each day. So here's 4/7, here's 3/31. Yeah, in fact, well, I don't know. You guys will figure out a format for it. Is it working now? We'll see. What do you say, Death Shaker 0026? Well, thank you very much, Gay Bitch 5151. Great. Treasure. Oh, the library SFX. Wait, when did I talk about the treasure? The link. Oh, I'll give you the link again to. Should all just be in the office hours folder. You guys should see it there. Copy, share, copy link. The treasure trove of sound effects. Yeah, that one I'm going to hold off. I thought that Brent already had it on there. Yeah, you want to copy the... Here, let me make a copy of the... Okay, Chord Killers. Chord Killers lineup. Make a copy. Creating a copy of Chord Killers lineup. Show file location. Actually, I don't want to do that. Let's see. How do I delete all these? I just want to copy this one page. Copy to new spreadsheet. There we go. Open. Aha. There we go. So this one I'll save as. Or let's see. Copy of Chord Killers. 1 tab for office hours. In my drive, I want to move to Brian office hours. Move. Yes. Move it anyway. Great. Oh no. I gotta delete that. I want to make sure there's no privileged information there. I think we're good. Cool. So now if I go to that place, we'll see whether or not it works. Brian office hours. Copy of Chord Killers, 1 tab for office hours. Hey, there it is. Great. Great, great, great. Awesome. All right. I think that works. Label it as steal this. Let me make sure it's the real one. Oh, I don't want to accidentally stop with the pop-ups. I don't. Rename. I'll do stolen copy of Chord Killers, 1 tab for office hours. There we go. Are you guys able to access it? Ah, great. Hey, look at that. We got it. We did it, team. Pow, pow. Look at that. Done. Done. Whoosh. Awesome. There. Cool. All right, gang. Well, then if that is good... Yeah, permissions granted to demon hordes of the internet. God bless, beautiful people. All right, I got my 11 o'clock, so I'm going to pivot and work on that. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Congrats on a great, underappreciated episode. I'm glad we got the word out on that one. Shouts out to Robert Neale. You guys are the best. You guys help out Magic51. He hasn't seen the link on there. I don't know who's not seeing it where. Hopefully it didn't get filtered by YouTube. We'll see. Bye, gang.